Hi everyone, this is Jim and Crystal at Anaheim Park Tourist, and this is our overnight experience at the Westin Anaheim Resort Hotel. Our overnight experience mirrors the TripAdvisor categories, and we're going to start off first with the location. And the location for the Westin is at 1030 West Katella Avenue in Anaheim. It is about a 1.1 mile walk or 1.8 kilometers to the gates of Disneyland, and it takes about 22 minutes to walk there. Now, a lot of people will ask, can you cut through the Grand Californian? And no, you cannot do that in the morning, but you can do that in the evening on your return trip home, and that shaves about 10 minutes off your walk. Alternatively, if it is just a little bit too far for you, there is an art stop which is located right next to the hotel on West Katella.
Up next is staff and service. They far exceeded our expectations at this resort. They were super friendly, went above and beyond in a couple of instances, and we were thrilled with the level of service that we received during our stay.
Next category is property conditions. This is the newest hotel in the Anaheim Resort, and it is an absolutely beautiful and gorgeous property. What we really liked about this actual hotel is when you entered the resort, you kind of left the worries of Anaheim behind, and it actually felt like a real resort where you're getting away from the real world. The rooms were perfectly clean, no dust, no hair, no nothing. The hotel itself offers daily room cleaning if you choose to take that, and we have nothing but good things to say about the overall condition of this hotel.
Up next is room comfort and noise. The bedding here and the linens were what you would expect at a Westin. They were really high end, and the bed and the pillows were extremely comfortable, and we had a great night's sleep on those. One thing we did want to point out is leading up to our trip, we had heard a lot about how quiet the Westin is, and that wasn't necessarily our case. We were placed in a room right by the elevator, which we have learned now to ask not to stay near the elevator, just because you do hear a lot of noise, especially in the very high traffic times at park opening, after fireworks. You do hear noise in the hallway from that, and I think that's fairly typical of any room near an elevator, but that was one thing we noticed. And then also our room was not a view room, so we were facing the back of the property, and so we had a view of the parking structure for the Westin and also the convention center. There was quite a bit of noise from both of those. We could hear car alarms going off in the parking structure, and in the morning we could hear a lot of delivery trucks, a lot of reverse beepers going off at the convention center while they loaded and unloaded, and we could also hear the food trucks arrive. So we did hear quite a bit of noise, and we have been called out in the past that we've been a little bit too nitpicky about these things, and we just want to say the things we're pointing out might not necessarily bother us. We just want to point it out for our viewers, so if it's something that you think might bother you, you know in advance before you book this hotel and spend your hard-earned money.
Moving on to the amenities, this is a full-service hotel, and there's quite a few amenities. There is a rooftop bar, a Fleming Steakhouse. There are other dining options on site, including you can have room service at your hotel room. There is a heated pool and spa with cabana rentals available. There are park view rooms. There is a 24/7 fitness center, bottle fill stations. There is a hotel concierge, which could help you out with Disneyland issues or help you out with things to do around the Disneyland resort. And there is an on-site coffee shop. We did go to this coffee shop for breakfast one morning, and it was on our checkout day, and they were out of food. And so we recommend that you go to this coffee shop early in the morning. Now, as a little tip, what we ended up doing was we mobile ordered from the coffee shop at the Disneyland Hotel. And so on our walk to the downtown Disney security entrance, we'd pick up our food and coffee in the morning and then walk and eat as we went to the park.
As a bonus for the amenities, one thing we really liked about the bar at the Westin was we were able to walk in after a long day at the park and get seated right away and have service right away. There was no long line or crazy crowds like there are at a lot of the bars in downtown Disney and the Disneyland Resort hotels.
Who would want to stay at this hotel? If you are attending a convention at the convention center, this is probably hands down the nicest hotel at the convention center. We want to point out that this is a beautiful hotel, and it is rated 4 diamonds, and it is significantly cheaper than the Disney property hotels. If you are considering staying at one of the Disneyland property hotels but are put off a little bit by the high prices there, do consider this hotel. Now the big drawback is the distance, and we want to point out once again there is an ART stop which is located right next to the hotel, or you can just take an Uber. And the nice part about taking an Uber is you really don't leave that Westin bubble, so you go straight from the Westin to the Disney bubble. And those trips are going to cost you about $7 to $10 each way. We commonly will take an Uber if we stay at a hotel that is further away, just for the convenience sake. Now, if you missed our room tour of the Westin, go ahead and click the link here. Thank you so much for watching.